In this video, I'd like to talk to you about how acupuncture resolves wrist pain. We treat a lot of different types of wrist pain, and I'll mention three. The first is carpal tunnel syndrome. The second one is arthritis of the wrist. And the third one is tendinitis, or sometimes called tendinosis. And it's tendinitis in the thumb area. We treat all three of those with acupuncture with very good success, meaning that we can resolve the pain associated with these conditions. The first one, carpal tunnel syndrome, that is really common, and that comes from repetitive use, from typing or using a hammer for long periods of time, or any kind of situation where you're having a repetitive use of you're using your hands in a certain way, and next thing you know, your fingers start feeling numb. Usually the first three fingers, and it can wake you up at night with numbness and tingling and pain. It can hurt also in the wrist and the forearm. And it typically affects this section right here, this section of the wrist mostly, and into these fingers predominantly. In any case, we have a great treatment for that, and we've been doing it for years and years, and it works to resolve the pain. It's very safe. There are no negative side effects. The needles are tiny, and a lot of times people will actually get surgery for this condition, and I really encourage you, before you go for surgery, try acupuncture, because in 3 to 6 treatments that pain can be gone for good, and you can avoid having a lot of trouble with surgery. The second condition we treat is arthritis. Now, your wrist is made up of 8 small bones. Arthritis means degeneration of the joint. So each of those bones in your wrist functions as joints, and they interact with the other bones. And if there's degeneration in those joint areas, there's going to be arthritis pain. Acupuncture doesn't make arthritis go away. In other words, it will not restore joints. However, it will make the pain go away. So if there's wear and tear of the joints, which basically happens in every joint, the goal really is not to have pain. The joints themselves will never wear out. Even if you're bone on bone, those joints will last forever. It's the pain that's intolerable, and that's exactly what acupuncture can resolve. In fact, they can replace knees, but I haven't heard of a wrist replacement surgery yet. So acupuncture really makes sense. If you got pain from arthritis in your wrist, come on in. What happens is, here's the concept on how we treat arthritis. When you place acupuncture needles in specific points along what we call channels, we get the chi, or the energy, to reflow, to flow through those channels. Okay, right now they're getting gummed up at the joints and they're causing pain. All pain comes from chi that is not circulating well. If you get the chi to move again, to circulate along the channels smoothly through the joints, the pain will ease and many times be resolved. And we can do that for the wrist, we can do that for the elbow and for the knee, for the hip, for the shoulder. This is how we treat arthritis. The third condition that we see a lot in the wrist area is tendinosis. Tendinitis, it goes by both those names. In the thumb area, just above the thumb where the thumb attaches to the wrist, there's a lot of pain. And acupuncture is very, very effective for resolving tendinitis, any kind of inflammation of the tendon. When we put acupuncture needles alongside an inflamed tendon, it increases blood circulation, and that blood literally pulls off the inflammation from the tendon, and it can allow that tendon to heal. So this is what we do for that kind of pain. These 3 conditions all resolved fairly easily with acupuncture. So if you are struggling with wrist pain, you may have gotten a diagnosis from your doctor. You may not be at that stage, and you just know that it hurts. Come on in, we can diagnose you, and we can treat you according to the principles of Chinese medicine, with the goal of relieving your pain in the long run. We look forward to treating you.